Hi, Professor. Our this week was mostly regarding the different types of crimes and how the crimes are portrayed in the media, and how are the statistics manipulated, and why are they different every time. So, first of all, what are the different types of crimes? So, crime is broadly divided into two types, which are victimful crimes and victimless crimes. Victimful crimes are those in which another person is directly affected, like if there is a robbery, someone tries to steal money from the other person or tries to harm him during that situation. It's called a victimful crime because there is a direct person affected. Or for example, murder is also a victimful crime. And there are also crimes which do not involve a person directly, which are called victimless crimes. uh, examples examples are tax evasion. Tax evasion is the, I think, the best example to find victimless crimes, because there is no person directly affected by tax evasion. However, everyone is affected. Every person who is paying the taxes is affected, because he is stealing from everyone together. This is called a victimless crime. The next thing which I want to talk about is the difference between homicide and murder. So, homicide is a broader category of murder. Homicide Homicides can be legal or illegal. The definition of homicide is the legal or illegal killing of a person by another person. So, for example, if there is a war going on and a soldier kills a soldier from the other sides, it is called a homicide, but not a murder, because it is justified and it is legal. The next type of homicide is illegal homicide, which is also known as murder. And there are three types of murder, which are first degree murder, second degree, and manslaughter. The first degree is considered the most serious, and it is a planned killing. So, for example, if a person decides that I am going to go home and kill another person with a knife, then it's a first degree murder, because everything was thought before the moment, and everything was planned. So it's a first degree murder. The second case is second degree murder, which is less serious as compared to first degree. Uh, Second degree murder can be defined as something that is not planned but happens in the heat of the situation. For example, if two guys are fighting and there was nothing planned that one person will kill another, but someone hits the another one with a bottle on the head. So, and the person dies. So it's a second degree murder because it was not planned before the moment, and it happened in the heat of moment. The third category is called manslaughter. Manslaughter is something unintentional and unplanned. For example, if a person is rash driving and hits a pedestrian on the street, then it can be classified as manslaughter, because it was not planned and it was unintentional. However, all three categories uh, like are not concrete, because actually the jury decides, or the judge decides, if the murder will be classified as first, second, or manslaughter. It's totally up to the judge, and it is different in every situation. The next thing which I want to talk about is the crime rate. So, according to the stats, the crime rate is decreasing. But I'm going to talk about the stats in last of this video, because statistics can be played and they are portrayed very differently in every case, and according to different media companies. The next thing which I want to talk about is sexual assault. So, sexual assault can be classified into three types, which are level 1, level 2, and level 3. And level 1 is considered least serious, which involves like touching without consent or things like that. And the second type includes harm to another person. uh, this can also include weapons like knives or anything. The third type is considered the most serious, which involves long term long-term wounds or injuries to the person or the victim, and it is very serious. And this has the most punishment of the three types. And actually, the sexual assault cases are reported very less as compared to other crimes. This is because this types of crime include social stigma, and most of the times the family of the victim is involved in the occurring of these crimes. For example, a family member is the one who is doing the sexual assault on the other person. So to protect the family pride, the victim most of the time does not disclose the person or the one who was doing the harm. So the next thing which I want to talk about, the media's relations to crime. So how the media portrays crimes and why every media company is different uh, towards the reporting of crime. So media only promotes stories which get them the most viewership. So media companies operate for profit, as we all know that. So they will most of the time show only those things which will get them the most views and get them the most audience. Also, the media companies are heavily controlled by the person who owns the company. For example, in India, the richest person, Ambani's and Adani's, control several media groups, and it's up to them which type of stories they want their companies to show. So that's why most of the stories are not covered by media on the main level. And the media also highlights crimes done by the minority, because it's easier for them to get viewership. For example, if they report a white person doing a crime, no one will watch that story, because it is because most of the people in their country are white. Recently, there was a news that an indigenous person killed an international student in Canada. So that story got views because the person who did the crime was also a minority, and the victim was also a minority. So that's why it was highlighted. So, and also there are media also have biases, because like in Canada and America, the media is divided into two types, like liberal or conservative media. So there are the media companies which are either liberal or either conservative, and they will only show the stories which benefit their side of the government. And that's why they play with the statistics to support their side. And the other thing that media does to get viewership is breaking news. They will never show the crimes that have happen every day, because they are very common, and they will not get many views. But they will show the breaking news because they are very rare, and everyone will watch them. So now back with the statistics. So why are statistics different with every media outlet, and why everyone has different stats? So this is because first of all, stats are not always right, because there is not a full reporting of the crime. Like if 10 people were affected by a crime, only 8 or 9 will report about the crime, and one will be still left. And that's why we will not get the full stats. And even if we have the best stats, we will get different stories, because media can pick up stats uh, based on their side of story. As told about in the video, uh, crime rates can be decreasing and increasing at the same time. For example, if in the last 30 years crime rates are decreasing, and they can say that the crime rates are decreasing. But if we compare crime rates with the last year, as compared to last year, the crime rate was up this year. So they can say that crime rates are increasing. So both of the stories are true, but it's the way they portray the story is different, and we can never know until we do the full research by our own and watch different media sources to confirm the news. And the only way to justify these types of claims is doing our own research. So thank you, Professor.